Oh, damn, bro. Intro too extreme, my man. You know what? Let me just do it the regular way. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Ouch, man. Leo Shang here, host of the Extreme Fillet Fishing channel, bringing you guys a fresh new video here from the Shang household. Today is actually September 6th, 2019. I know that you folks have been waiting for this video right here for a good while, right? I mean, I've been promising you guys that I would bring you guys an update of my 10-gallon fish tank, and it just never happened. So today is a sacred day, okay? Fear no more, my friends. I'm going to give in this video I'm going to give you guys an introduction to my 10-gallon tank. For those who are not familiar, this is my 10-gallon native fish tank, right? For the most part, as you guys will see. I'm gonna introduce you guys to my pet fish that I have had for more, I mean, for now it's been about a year, you know? And we're going to feed them a few bloodworms too in this video, right? For your entertainment and your enjoyment. So without further ado, let me start by giving you guys a little history of the fish tank. Now that I think about it, I really think that I started this fish tank about a year ago. Those who actually follow me on Instagram at Extreme Fillet Fishing have seen the journey of this native fish tank, right? Since the early stages, like the really beginning of the fish tank. So in this portion of the video, before we get to feed the fish, I'm going to give you guys a description of the tank, what exactly is in it, where I got it from, and what makes this tank like a 95% native fish tank, all right? So number one, take a look at the tank over here. All the substrate and all the items in this fish tank, excluding two types of vegetables, aka plants, are actually all native to the Poquessing Creek, which is a creek that is around my house, right? I have collected all that substrate from my local creek, the rocks, the sand. As a matter of fact, when I first collected the soil samples, right, and the substrate, it came with a lot of extra organisms, you know, like red worms and the mosquito larvae, and even came with some snails in it. It took really a good 2-3 months for me to get rid of all the extra, right, and make it kind of clean environment for the fish. Second, we have the plants inside the tank, okay? Now the plant on the left side over here, as you guys see, that I got from the Delaware River. So you could say that it is really native to my area. Some folks, I mean, at the beginning I really thought that was milfoil. And then some folks told me it is something a little bit different. I have no idea what it is nowadays. So if you guys know what it is, feel free to comment below in the video, because I am definitely not the plant expert, right? The other two plants in this fish tank, we have one behind here is the one with the rhizomes. I don't remember the species of the plant. I got it from PetSmart. Actually, I got this one from PetSmart, and this one here on the side from PetSmart as well, right? I don't really know their names, but they have been growing up pretty nicely in the fish tank. So I mean, when it comes to the diversity, right? When it comes to like the substrate and the plants, things have been going pretty well in this tank. I do have some algae growing up in here, both green and brown, as you guys can see. I pretty much just cleaned the front of my native tank so that I can have a view of the fish, but I really don't like I don't know, this is personally me, I don't like to clean the sides of the tank and the back of the tank, maybe the back a little bit. I kind of like the algae to grow, not to a point, of course, that is going to be harmful to the fish, right? I do the ammonia and the pH tests and everything constantly every 2 weeks, just to make sure that my fish is living as de-stressed as possible. But I clean just enough algae so that I can have a view from the front for my own personal pleasure, right? The sides and the back, I want to kind of the fish, even though it is only a 10-gallon tank, I want my native fish to kind of feel a home, that style, right? So this is pretty much it for the 10-gallon tank when it comes to the things that are in it. Let me now give you a brief description of the species that I have collected, and then we're going to get to the feeding. How about that? All right, you folks already know about the substrate here in the tank. You guys already know about all the vegetation. So the final step is really for me to introduce to you guys the residents of my tank, right? AKA the fishes. I would like to emphasize that all samples, all pets in this tank are native species to the United States of America, including this very feisty little darter that you guys saw over there. They were actually all caught on Tanago hooks back in the days, and ever since I've kept them in the 10-gallon tank, and you know, they've been living a very stress-free life, right? As much as I can give it to them. As I mentioned in the previous portion of this video, I do test the water in this tank every 2 weeks to make sure that everything's okay. And I mean, if you just look at this fish, I guess you could kind of see it, right? That they are not really malnourished. They are not really like, you know, they don't really have any kind of illnesses. They are all really, really healthy, okay? So there are 4 different species of fish in this tank. I do apologize for the reflection, all right? I got one GoPro filming from the outside, and I'm going to have one on the inside for you guys to have a close-up of the fish. There are 4 different types of fish. The first one is this one right here, okay? These are the Eastern black-nosed dace, right? AKA the Hinictis atratulus. Very aggressive type of fish. They will really eat anything that falls inside this tank, man. I've given them flakes in the past. I've given them everything, and they will eat it all. Then the second species is actually this very lonely fish over here. I have only one of them in the tank. This right here is the swallowtail shiner, aka the Notropis procne. I caught only one back in the days. I did want to catch another one, and I have failed to do so, you know, to acclimate them. They're actually pretty fragile, so only one survived so far. The third species in the tank, the reflection kind of got to them, but there's 4 of them about on this side, and there's one on this side of the tank. Those are the banded killifish, aka the Fundulus diaphanus. I caught 4 of them. I think there are 3 females in this tank and 1 male. I wanted to have 2 males, 2 females, but that didn't work out too good. They're cool fish, you know. Before I added this milfoil look-alike plant in the tank, they used to just swim freely around the tank, but now that they have this little vegetation, right, they just suspend themselves around this vegetation, which is actually something really cool. And then the last species is the one right here on top of this rock. There are actually 2 of them. I only see one of them right now. Oh, actually, I do see the other one. The other one's all the way over here. I don't know if you guys can see it right next to the vegetation there, right? Those are the tessellated darter, aka the Ethiostoma olmstedi, right? One of them is named Rocky. Rocky is actually the one right over here, hopping a little bit over there. You will see he will get very active when we start doing the feeding. And this is pretty much it. I got 3, 6, 8, 10 fish in this 10-gallon fish tank, right? This is not an overpopulated tank. I would like to emphasize that this is pretty much the max size for many of these micro species, and I don't really plan on adding anything else to this tank at the moment, right? It is a good little ecosystem that we got going on here. So now that you guys know all about my fish, it is finally time for me to go feed them some food. Are you guys ready? Let's do some feeding. Let's get this feeding started. This feeding is going to be quite short, I would like to emphasize. Instead of kind of toning the stuff and just putting one at a time in this tank, I really want to show you guys the aggressiveness of this fish. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the whole cube in this tank, man. I may drop even 3 today. I usually give them just 2. 2 is just enough for them. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe today I'm gonna give them 3, huh? Let's drop the first one and see what happens, shall we? Dude, it is in. Look at that. Holy cow. I'll just let you guys watch, all right? So there you have it. The days got to it first. And then you got the mummy chogs trying to get the cube of the bloodworm. It's like I'm narrating some kind of fight or something like that, right? Look at that. The little swallowtail shiner is only getting the leftovers so far, and the tessellated daughter so far they're not even in the game yet, right? So there you go. The first cube is gone, dude. Like game over, ladies and gentlemen, right? The little tessellated daughter on the bottom, they didn't even get to the bloodworms yet. They're like confused. So let's drop the second one in the tank now. There we have it. And see if our little daughters can actually get to it this time. The days are still super hungry, so they're still attacking. Look at that. Boom. The cube went down a little bit. Mummy chogs are on it. Tessellated daughter actually got the cube. The cube is outside of the view now, just behind the little trunk. Tessellated daughter is really eating it hard, dude. The other fish can't find it anymore, so let's see if that cube is going to float. Let's see what is going to happen. Let's give it a little bit of time, okay? A few seconds. Man, I think that darter just stole the cube, and the other fish are just like confused, like where did it go? You know what I'm saying? So you know what? I'm going to drop the third one in the tank today. We're going to feed them 3 today because I want you guys to have the full experience, right? They are really not full yet, so it's not a bad thing. There you go, third one going in. Dang, dude, with that cube that disappeared, the second one, the tessellated are 100%, you know, just full, you know. There you have it. You know, this is pretty much how my fish tank works. Oh, wow, the other cube, you guys can see, it is in the scene now. The tessellated daughter still got it down there, eating the little bloodworms little by little. So this is pretty much my 10-gallon fish tank. I will bring you guys more updates in the future if I either add fish or I make changes to it, right? But for now, let me tell you, I've had this fish for like about a year, and I am extremely happy to have them. Sometimes this fish really brighten my day. It is great to just have a little fish tank like this at home so that you can see, right, first-handed how fish behave, how they feed, you know, and what kind of illnesses they can get. Sometimes having a fish tank really makes you a better angler, believe it or not. So if you don't have one, I encourage you to get one, but of course try to raise your fish responsibly, right? And what exactly do I mean by that? Try to keep your fish as unstressed as possible. Try to give them a clean environment so that they don't have any illnesses, right? If you see that your fish are starting to get malnourished or showing signs of any type of illness, you should take good care of them. In other words, what I'm trying to say is having a fish tank is a wonderful thing, especially a native fish tank, but it does take a lot of time and a lot of responsibility, all right? So I hope you guys enjoy the feedings. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you want me to bring you guys more updates on this fish tank, the 10-gallon, or if you want me to maybe get some worms and feed them some worms next time, get some better shots, leave a comment below, okay? I really don't mind filming a video like this once a year for, okay, maybe not once a year, but I really don't mind filming a video like this for you guys once in a while, all right? So tie lines, say tie lines, folks. Tie lines, we will all see you guys next time. Oh man, he just regurgitated 2 bloodworms.